know a lot about the everyday lives of the Browns from before the series Sister Wives started. And there are times where we get conflicting accounts on what life was like and what happened before Sister Wives. For example, there are things and events that they describe in their book that are contradicted by recounts that they have on the show. In the first episode of season 17, Christine says that her marriage to Kody started to disintegrate back in the Lehigh house when she was the primary caregiver to 12, almost 13 kids all day, and Kody would not help her out with tucking the kids in at night when she would have to go to work. Kody said he couldn't do this because of fairness. The man is very concerned about optics, apparently. You guys already know I have a lot of thoughts. Let's jump into this. What's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So teasers are already making their way around social media for episode 2, and I noticed that we are getting yet another tense library conversation. I don't know if that's a library or a dining room, but a room that has books. We're getting another tense conversation between Kody and Christine, and who knew I would miss camping chair conversations so much. I really hope this is the last of these kind of tense conversations between just Kody and Christine, because honestly, they're infuriating. And Christine is basically just talking to a wall. Kody really isn't owning anything. He's taking little to zero accountability. And he literally is just denying everything that Christine is saying ever happened. So in my opinion, these conversations are essentially pointless. But speaking of episode 2, so Sister Wives airs on Sunday nights at 10 p.m. On Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, join me here on YouTube and we're going to discuss the latest episode. It should be a lot of fun and I can't wait to see you guys there. In this video, I want to talk about this revelation that Christine made that Kody did affirm it happened.
I asked you for help and you said no.
I was overwhelmed with everything. I still had to produce some sort of income. So I was working at night, and Aspen in 5th grade was tucking the kids in bed at night, 10 years old. And I asked Kody, I said, I need your help. And he goes, I can't do that. I'm in other houses.
She says that, and that never happened. I don't know what she's talking about. As I look back on this and I analyze what she's saying, she wasn't wanting a fairness with the other wives. She was wanting more.
Where to even begin? So at this point, Christine is the primary caregiver to Mary's child, all of Janelle's kids, 5 of her kids, and she has 1 on the way. So she is primary caregiver to 12, almost 13 kids. Well, after she is done taking care of all the kids during the day, all the moms and Kody gets home from work, she actually then, after that, goes to work. Because what she says in this first episode of season 17 is that she still needed to produce an income. All I can think is my, Robin came into the family at the right time, because I do not recall ever a moment where Robin felt the need to produce an income outside of the show money. My Sister Wives closet was more of a passion project or a hobby of Robin's than any sort of serious business venture to produce income. Christine begged Kody to come tuck her kids in at night, do the bedtimes routines with her kids, so that it didn't fall onto elementary school aged Aspen to be in charge of that. Kody shirks Christine off, saying she expects too much from him. He has other households to be in, and that just wouldn't be fair. They were all living in one house at the time, and it would have taken minimal effort for any of the adults to go over and help Christine out. I mean, isn't that the point of Sister Wives? Wasn't Christine being the good sister wife by taking care of Mary and Janelle's kids? Could one of them, if they weren't having their night with Kody, pop on over to Christine's and tuck her kids in at night? But ultimately, if these are Kody's kids, he could have spent a half an hour tucking the kids in. I'm just really failing to see the unfairness here. I feel like this is just a really good example of the bizarre animosity that Kody has always had for Christine. Christine can make some very fair basic requests, and Kody spins it into some unfair demand she is making. If Aspen is starting to tuck in her siblings at 10 years old, that means none of the kids in Christine's household are old enough to legally stay home alone. And some of those kids are toddlers. For the safety alone, I would hope that Kody would have seen the necessity of an adult assisting with the nighttime bedtime routines. It seems like Kody is only concerned with fairness when he is asked to do something that he doesn't want to do. Christine has long pointed out to Kody that some of the things that he has done over the years have made her feel less than. She has brought up multiple times that the way Kody divides his time is not equal. She brought up that she wouldn't shower at his house, and she has brought up the overall feeling that she has had of being the basement wife. So I think it's really obvious that Kody doesn't give a shit about fairness. Now let's talk about the very glaring pink elephant in the room.
Hey, so can I address the pink elephant I think that's in the room? Are you guys trying to say this is because of me coming in the family?
No.
Kody can't be bothered to help Christine out while she goes to work by tucking in their kids at night, but Robin gets a nanny. How is it fair, if Kody is so worried about fairness, that Robin gets outside childcare while Mary, Janelle, and Christine had to figure it out for themselves for 13 kids? Robin had one infant when she got a nanny, and she had kids older than 10 years old that if Aspen was actually tucking kids in at night, Robin's older kids could have been helping out here and there around the house. Also, Robin was home. Kody was home. Christine was asking for help because she literally couldn't be at home. Like I said in the beginning of this video, there is a huge period of time in the formative years of this family that we just didn't see. We've only seen their lives documented since Robin came into the family. With that being said, it just does not appear that there's ever been a time, based off of reading the book, based off of how they talk about those early years on the show, it really doesn't seem like there was ever a time that Kody was concerned about fairness. And it's so odd to me that he flat out denies situations that the wives bring up. He will literally tell Christine that she is misremembering things that are documented on the show. It's really wild. What do you guys think? Let me know your comments down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.